I'm with Jack Gacoman from Bethlehem, and we're here in his shop, his olive wood shop. Now, you work with olive wood. Why do you work particularly with olive wood?
Olive wood is very unique wood in color and very strong wood that you make a lot of things that just even come beautiful without being even an artistic piece. Just a plain piece of wood, it is a nice piece to have to look on because of the beauty of the grain. And of course, olive wood is the tree of olive wood is very holy in here in the Holy Land. It is, since Noah Ark, when the bird came with a branch of olive, until today we use it in our olive oil, olive fruits. It's very important tree here in the Holy Land in Palestine as a tree.
And how do you actually prepare the wood before you make it into a product?
First, we get the wood from farmers who do pruning for their trees, and they collect it and we buy it. Then after buying it, we dry it. And not all of it is good for carving. Some of it's just wood for fire. So we have to dry it and divide the wood, which is good, which is bad, which we can make figures, which we can make a Christmas ornaments, small things. And the wood dry 1 inch per year from the outside. So some branches need 2 years, some 3 years, 4 years to dry, and some only 1 year.
Wow, so sometimes you're investing money in wood that you're not going to use for a long time.
Yes, we invest in wood, and sometimes when we want to make a big nativity set like 65 centimeter high, you have to search for the wood for 5-6 years until you manage to make one nativity set like the one you see up here. It take me like 5 years to find 13 pieces to make just a set like that.
And how much wood do you actually get through in a year?
It depends. Some years we can't get a lot, and some years a few. After the good harvest, the farmers prune a lot of their trees and they sell it to us. And they don't do pruning sometimes for the same tree only once every 2 or 5 or 10 years sometimes.
So is there a specific time of the year when they do the pruning?
Of course, the pruning after the harvest, which is October, November, December, until the beginning of January, and after that, nobody will touch the tree.
So that's a particular time when you will actually buy the wood, is that time of the year?
Yes, exactly. We buy the tree in October, November, December, and we will not have the opportunity to get it, of course, in the summer or in the spring, only in the end of the year.
So really you have to make sure you've bought enough wood to last you throughout the year with the products you're going to make.
Yes, you have to be sure, not for the same year, for the next 2 or 3 years sometimes. So you have always to be enough storage, and sometimes we get orders that we can't do it because we don't have the wood which is good for these orders.
Now you also have a factory here as well as your shop. What sort of things do you make?
Of course, since we are in Bethlehem, Bethlehem is a religious town. It is the birth town. Mainly we do nativity set that belongs to the birth. The 3 wise men, Mary and Joseph, and of course the baby Jesus. The animals that belongs to the stable. This is the sale number 1. Plus the crosses and many small Christmas ornaments decoration, individual figures, and very fewly we do non-religious things because most of the people who come to Bethlehem are pilgrims, 80% of them.
So you're working basically in the tourist industry?
We work in tourism and pilgrims industry more than any other. We depend on tourism. Local markets, the Christians of the Holy Land are a very few number, so it's not a market for the olive wood.
And how many people do you have working in your wood factory?
I have 8 people who work full-time, 7 hours a day for 6 days a week. And I have another people who work part-time after 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock. So actually I give work for many small families and workers in like 25 persons in total.
So you're actually helping the community and investing within the community and helping local Christians to stay here in the land?
Yes, I try my best to employ, of course, Christians, employee and people who are unable to work or to market their products. And I try even sometimes to get stuff from small factory who couldn't market their product, and I do for them the job of marketing just as a help for them, and I take only a few percentage, doesn't exceed 7 to 8%, just to help them to do marketing for their products. Because after the war, the people of Bethlehem discovered themselves is surrounded with a very small market, Bethlehem market. They don't have a free access to Jerusalem. They don't have a free access to other countries. So the only thing that they have to send to Europe and America, and not all of them have the right connection to do that.
And what sort of thing is popular today with the tourists?
You will be shocked. The most popular thing is the nativity set with the wall. This is the most popular in the last 7 years. Maybe we used to sell nativity sets, but today 60% of our sales nativity sets with the wall, and the rest 40% the normal nativity set.
Wow, that's interesting. And is olive wood good to work with?
Yes, it is a hardwood, a strong wood that if you make a statue, it's not easy to break and stable, and the grain come in more than one direction, which is make it very nice when you sand it, when you shape the things in it. It is a hardwood, but of course we have very strong steel, like the dentist drill tools that can go and carve like a biscuit.
So really the olive tree is a very good tree because you get fruit from it during the autumn months, but then you also get the wood as well.
Yes, and even from roots today we make the nativity grottos, if you have seen. So now actually we use every part from the olive tree. Wow. Every small part.
Now your wood factory is very close to where Jesus was born. What's it like for you personally working where Jesus was born?
I am as a Christian Palestinian who lived here in the Holy Land for generation. I will be proud to be working near the Church of Nativity, which is part of my religious and and every time, every Sunday, this is my church where I pray. This is my church where I baptized, where I got married, where my grandfathers got married. So it's part. I'm happy to be near the Church of Nativity.
So there's a lot of culture and a lot of feeling for you personally being here in Bethlehem.
Exactly. I got a lot of opportunity for get better jobs overseas, but I didn't feel that I am living. If you move me out, I will die. This is my hometown. This is where my grandfather. This is the place where Jesus was born, and this is what I am teaching my children, to love their hometown, Bethlehem, where Jesus was born.
Of course, Jesus was a carpenter and worked with wood as well, didn't he?
This is make me proud to be carpenter like Jesus and Saint Joseph. They are the first carpenters, and now we are doing the same job. Yeah. So it's a respected job in the Christian traditions.
What's your prayer for a Christian community here in Bethlehem?
All the people, especially the Christians, they pray for the peace and that God will bring all these different cultures to live together in a peaceful way. Because our message in Christianity, our message as Christians, to live in peace even with our enemies. So we have to give the message of love and peace for our neighbors and for our enemies.
And you have a website for people who'd like to see more of your product. What's your website address?
My website is very simple: www.mychristmashouse.com.
Okay, Jack, well, thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you, and welcome in Bethlehem, the hometown of Jesus.